Keyword research on Google is not what it used to be. AI has completely changed the game and it makes things so much easier now. Instead of having to spend hours looking through all these different search tools and all these different paid subscriptions, you can literally use a single AI prompt now to do all of your keyword research very, very quickly. This is what AI is great for. It's not perfect when it comes to writing copy or writing long paragraphs, things along those lines, but when you're looking for quick research over a lot of domains, AI can do a really good job. And I've put together this entire prompt for you guys to be able to allow you to do keyword research super quickly without paying an agency $1,000, without spending hours and hours filtering through all this data online. And I'm going to walk you through exactly how to use this prompt and show you an example of using this prompt today so you know exactly how to make good keyword decisions on Google in 2026. So first of all, the prompt itself. How do you use this, right? So all you have to do first is copy everything inside this code block below. This is the prompt. And then you paste it directly into Claude. If you don't have Claude, you can use ChatGPT as well. I just like using Claude, but you can use really any tool that'll do the same thing. Then you scroll down to the product information section, which allows you to input your own details for your product, what you're selling, and then it will effectively inform the prompt to make the right decisions and output the good information. And the more specific you are, the better your output will be and the more information you'll get. Very, very easy. Please try not to skip anything because the output quality is directly related to what you actually give it. If you give it garbage, it's going to output garbage. So I highly recommend you get as specific as possible. And I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that while I walk through this live today and show you exactly how you can roll this out in the Google Ads campaign after you've done your research. So what you want to do is grab this prompt here. Now, when you've got that prompt, go over to something like Claude, for example, and pop the entire thing in. Now, we want to make sure that we edit the important stuff here. So what I'm going to do is grab this, put it in a text editor, and fix it up before I repaste it into Claude. So I've just got a blank Google Doc here, and what I'm going to do is edit the fields that we need to edit in order to get the right outputs from this prompt. Now, you can use any text editor, you don't have to use Google Docs, but what you want to do is just basically edit these parts down here. You can see product information. Now, this is where you put in all the fields below, everything, all the information on your product, so Claude knows exactly how to do the right research. So I'm going to be giving you an example today of this dip belt, right? This is something that I was looking to buy not too long ago, and I was searching Google for something like this. So it's a very, very clear example on what you can advertise and how you can do it well. I'm in no way affiliated with these guys. I just Googled dip belt and they were one of the first results that came up. So we are going to use this as our example product. Now let's go. Product name, what is it called? We can just copy this straight over. You copy it from whatever you have. Boom, put it in there. Let's put it in normal text format there. Product category, be specific. So not just toothpaste, but fluoride-free children's toothpaste, for example, right? We'd probably want to call this something along the lines of heavy duty dip belts or pull-up belts for the gym, right? Okay, so pretty simple there. Just put in a detailed product category so Claude knows exactly what your product is. Key attributes, what makes it distinctive? Ingredients, materials, format, certifications, use case, all these kind of things. So why is your product different to other ones? Now in this case, this one has a much nicer design than most. They have a unique kind of branding and design quality here. They have a good range of colors too, so we'll put these in. We'll start inputting these attributes here. So unique branding specific to gym goers. Large color selection. Now, another important thing about these belts that I've started to notice from doing some research online is that a lot of them break. A lot of them aren't very heavy duty. A lot of them aren't really designed for a lot of weight. But this one here definitely looks like high quality, and I believe them when they say durable premium material. I think that's pretty true. And a heavy duty steel chain is also important because a lot of these chains are quite weak. This one definitely looks much stronger than most. I've seen examples of these chains breaking, right? Ideal multi-use dip belt. So you can use it for multiple things, and it's comfortable, aesthetic, and effective. So this is a really good way to kind of just grab the main attributes and distinctive parts of your product. You probably have a summary like this somewhere. If you've done some good copywriting, then you should already have all these attributes outlined. I'm literally just going to copy these across rather. They've already got the first thing I mentioned, which is comfortable, aesthetic, effective. So I'm going to put everything in here. We can just give it all to Claude here. So boom, let's just put that all in. So now it knows all of the key attributes there for us. Price point, so this one costs $39.99, I believe that is USD, and that's pretty much the standard going rate for these kind of dip belts, especially high quality ones, so nothing out of the ordinary. Target customer, all right? Demographics, mindset, the problem they are solving. Now, this is also very important. You need to know your customer well. If you're selling any kind of product online, you need to make sure the number one thing you can do is understand your customer, because the more that your copy, your ads, your targeting resonates with your customer, the better results you're going to get. So I'm going to just try and whip up something here of a target customer to show you guys. I am the target customer, right? So let's just give Claude a description of what this person will be looking for. Someone who wants to lift heavier in the gym. They have potentially tried other dip belts in the past which have broken, look ugly, or are uncomfortable. These people value strength, durability, and aesthetics. Again, the more detail here, the better. This is just a quick one to give you guys an example, but the more details you can give Claude on what your target customer looks like, the better your outputs are going to be. Pain points. Now, we've already kind of touched on this, but we'll give some examples here, right? So first one would likely be broken chains, broken stitching, fear of low quality. Another pain point might be wants to improve their strength but doesn't have the equipment. So that's like a real pain point. And if you went a layer deeper than that, maybe customer pain point is they feel they are not strong enough in the gym, right? That's really like a fundamental one. And you can go layers and layers deeper than this, right? You can go really, really deep. Now, I personally don't have any, I hope I don't have any major insecurities that make me want to work out to get bigger and stronger. I think I just like doing it for the health aspects of it. But if you were targeting someone who may have those pain points, issues, insecurities, the more psychological you can get, the better your results will be, once again, because you can start to tap into these innate desires of people that really make them want to convert. Top reasons your customers choose this product. Now, why do people choose it? So why would they choose it over a competitor when there are so many other people selling a product if there are a lot of others selling it? Now, in our case, right, it's because we genuinely have some of the highest quality products on the market that do not break. Another reason I might want to go with this one is because they have an aesthetic design, nice materials, and basically just a lot of things that give it a premium kind of feel. Much more premium appearance and branding than most competitors. So you could almost say luxury / premium product at an affordable price point. There you go. Known competitors. Now, I don't know any competitors here, so I'm not going to put anything in. But if you probably would know your competitors. You would probably know who else is selling this kind of stuff, who else is selling your products. This is great to put your competitors in because it can just show, again, more context on what your competitors are doing. You can give a better idea of what these things look like and what your market landscape looks like, so you will naturally get better outputs. Target markets, we're just going to pretend here that we are only selling in Australia. Simply because I am from Australia. Actually, no, I'm going to say Australia, United States, UK, because that is the standard English-speaking country setup, and it will give us a little bit more breadth. Current Google Ads status, we're going to pretend that we are fresh. No Google Ads set up yet, because I imagine most of you guys watching this probably don't have anything if you're working on keyword research right now. Terms already convert well. Not sure. Terms that waste budget, not sure. Monthly ad budget, well, let's say we want to spend about $3,000 per month, which is a lot for this single product probably, but it is kind of generally what I would recommend for an entire store as a starting budget. Sitting somewhere around $3,000 a month is typically pretty reasonable. So now that we've edited all that in, let's copy this prompt, throw it out here, go back into Claude, remove that old one, and let's pop it in and let it get to work. So you will see that it will start working immediately. It's going to do a little bit of thinking, and then it will give us an output, which I will show you in just a moment. All right, so Claude did some thinking. It actually took a little bit longer than I expected, to be honest, but it gave us some great outputs here, and it gave us the full document to go through. So first of all, it's flagged a few things for us, which is quite interesting, and things that I'd like to kind of walk through and give you a little bit of insight on. So launching immediately with exact and phrase match is definitely the right move. Dip belt, heavy duty dip belt, weighted dip belt, these are great. Bottom funnel, ready purchase queries, and manageable CPCs for the price point. So these are very, very high intent terms. Because we have a high quality product, there's a good chance we can get profitable campaigns straight out with these exact and phrase match keywords. 3 things to avoid: lifting belt, weight belt, and gym belt. This makes a lot of sense, but it has pretty much the wrong product intent, because these could be people looking for basically weightlifting belts, which is a totally different item, but very similar name. Cheap dip belt, also don't really want that. Anyone searching for cheap anything is typically bad quality traffic. Campaign structure, it's given us some recommendations here, which makes sense for sure. And then I'd probably lean a little bit heavier into shopping campaigns, to be honest. Probably rather start with shopping, but this is quite helpful when it comes to just structural suggestions. And if you're a service-based business, it's probably completely accurate because you have to go search. You can't do shopping at all. So I'd say lean heavier into shopping. However, search is reasonable at this stage. Competitor angle, so this is really helpful. Dark Eye and Fitness and Harbinger, priority targets. Their buyers already know the category, pre-qualified. Using the quality and aesthetics as a differentiator. And check the 30-day flag. The really standard term here, if it's not getting the quality score we want, you need to make some changes. Now, I'll show you the actual document it pumped out here. As you can see, this is a very comprehensive document, so I'm not going to go through absolutely everything in it for you. But how good is that, right? I mean, it pumped out this whole thing, which gives actually very good information. Again, it's not perfect, but this is a really good starting point and a lot better than doing just whatever you want and not really having an idea what you're doing on Google. Now, if we go back to the prompt guide here, you can see that once Claude returns the report, this is how you use it. So start with section 7. If we go back, we can see section 7 is our campaign structuring section, so campaign architecture, and it gives you a recommendation on how you can target these keywords effectively with the right campaigns. Now, if we're spending $3,000 a month, we can probably afford to be using this many campaigns. But if you have a lower budget, I'd recommend just starting with 1 or 2 campaigns. Don't go too crazy. If you have multiple regions, start in your highest performing region with your highest performing product and just focus on that until you get it right, and then expand to additional regions. Now, then section 6, so these are your negative keywords. Very, very important to make sure you use these negative keywords, because what they're going to do is they're going to prevent you from getting low quality traffic. It's very, very important to put these in. It will help you from day one to not waste spend on unqualified searches. Section 2, launch keywords. So this is how you actually create a new campaign. When you create a new search campaign, you put in these recommended keywords from section 2 over here, which are the ones that we want to actually be targeting. These are really, really good, high quality, high intent search terms. Always start with the highest intent possible, then expand to broader keywords. And then section 3, second waves. These are the broader keywords, right? These are the ones that we can look into after we have a little bit of data in the account, and we can give it a little bit more chance to kind of explore. And we don't want to start with these because they're not the highest intent. They're not going to bring the best returns. And we always want to start with the highest intent terms. Build a separate campaign for section 5, so competitor. Now, again, you don't have to roll out competitor from day one. I'd probably recommend leaving competitor a little bit longer. Make sure that you first have the proof of concept with non-branded terms before moving into competitor. But you want to keep these in a dedicated competitor campaign, completely separate from non-brand and brand campaigns. Do not mix. Very, very important to consider. And then at day 30, run through section 8, which is a review checklist, and we'll let you identify if things are looking good. This is basically your checklist to make sure that things have come out nicely. And that's it. It is as simple as that. The entire prompt here, as you can see, took me only minutes to finish. And you've got an entire comprehensive keyword research document that would usually take someone hours to produce, potentially an agency thousands of dollars to produce, and you've done it all with one prompt. So if you want this prompt, feel free to just click the link down below. You can grab it from this Notion page here to use it yourself. And if you want some help building out your Google Ads structure for your brand, I'd be more than happy to help you. Just book a call down below, the link in the description. We can chat about how you could potentially be making a lot more money with Google Ads. That's all from me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.